Hello, hello. Welcome to today's messages. Let's get this beautiful thing started. So I was researching a little bit on the 432 hertz, and it's resonant with the frequency of the earth. Oh, Maroney's in the house. Hi. Did you hear the call? Hey, no booty flashes. No. You stay over there. Okay, so today first of all, welcome. Lovely to see you. Where is she? I'm gonna watch her. She's like a ninja. Let us remove the fluff. And I thought I would do something different today and pull a few oracle cards that we will look at after the reading, right? Let's see. So I'm just gonna, well, unless it flips, I guess. Ooh, why don't we just let them, okay, we've got one that flipped up. We're just gonna let it happen, okay? We're just gonna let it happen. How about we just not put any restrictions upon it? We'll just let the cards do what they want to do. Oh-ho. Let the cards do what they want to do. I hope you are doing what you want to do as well. Okay, those totally flipped. Okay. And what about these ones? Aha. Oh, interesting. And one on the floor. And it's not flipped, so we'll leave it not flipped. Okay, I'm going to put the non-flipped ones to the side. And we will put up the flipped ones, but we will read them after. Okay. So, I mean, this one, we've got change. Change, she be a coming, or she's already here. Okay, and the Sorcerer's Violet, number 23. And karmic relationships. Okay. So these are the things that we're dealing with today, I guess. I guess so. So change, Sorcerer's Violet. This is somebody at the center of a flower here, dancing, surrounded by beautiful vines, sense of flow, movement, being impassioned and magical. And then karmic relationships. Those are the kinds of relationships that, those are all the relationships, really. They're ways of reflecting what we need to heal in ourselves, right? Or what we've healed and need to move on from, what we need to release. Everybody plays a role in these karmic relationships. And like it's part of the soul plan. And the minute you overcome a karmic relationship, whether you end the cycle, break it, learn from it, release it, you also release them from their soul contract with you as being that mirror, right? And so this should help with the release with love, release with an acknowledgement, right? Like my karmic relationships, they played their part very, very well. And I'm grateful for them because they helped me further define and gain the strength in becoming who I am today. And I'm feeling pretty good about that person. Okay, so the two things that flipped for us is the Emperor and the Queen of Pentacles. Beautiful. Okay, so the Emperor gets it done, sees and makes choices for the good of all, right? Does what needs to be done. And the Queen of Pentacles is the nurturer, the divine feminine, and in touch with her intuition, right? Surrounded by her abundance, her self-made abundance. She's a nurturer of the home, of the hearth. She is a cooker of the many yummy meals, okay? And it looks like the Emperor sees her. So this could be a representation of your masculine and feminine within and where they're at right now, right? Which seems pretty good. We've got this, I also call this the sacred space because this is a recognition. This is your self-care, right? This is an individual who is taking care of their self, their own. And happily, joyfully even. Okay, and getting things done, which is a beautiful balance to have. We want these kinds of balances in our life. Yes. Okay, I've been called to read the Sorcerer's Violet here. After these messages, what do we got? We got the Temperance. Okay, so this is the time and a place. The time for self-care and introspection into the going within, the tending, the nurturing, and a time for the action, the getting things done, the making things happen. And this divine temperance, right? We've got the two cups here representing the masculine and feminine, the light and the dark. This is that balance between dualities and how important they are to the tempering of your sword, right? Your sword of truth, who you are, who you stand for as, right? The process of forging a sword is that beautiful combination of fire and ice, right? Of hot and cold, of heating and cooling, of banging it out and resting, which is the masculine and the feminine, and the light and the dark, right? Because those two are part of our duality, part of our wholeness of being, is the embodiment and the balancing of all of it, of all of it. This is the life that we live. This is the life we live, and our dedication to it. Okay, very important, because through your dedication you get there, right? Like the sword maker is dedicated to making a sword and doesn't stop until the sword's done, right? Okay, I'm still figuring out what about this karmic relationship. Karma too, this is energy. It's not just our own, by the way. We carry a genetic memory of all unhealed traumas from our ancestral line. And so this is why karma can be released through acts of service, through healing, through shadow work, through dreamscapes. You can release a lot of things karmically. This is also, that divine justice, the balance, what you put out, you get back. So there's the karma that you create in your lifetime, and then there's the karma that you carry with you in your genetics, right? That you also need to release. And your ancestors, all those who contributed to this genetic karmic inheritance, they all want to help you go through it, right? So this connection, this dedication, this devotion to yourself and your higher knowing and communication will help and allow you to process, to release, to remove, to do what you need to do to let those karmic things go. Okay, and this is the process of becoming an overflowing cup. What's in your cup? What are you overflowing? Liquid sunshine. Okay, joy juice, as I lovingly refer to it as. Yes, and everywhere your juice drops, seeds of potential bloom and grow. And this is the powerful stuff. When you're giving of your cup, when it's not overflowing, you're giving a poisoned or spiked juice, right? Only the overflow is potent and healing and bountiful and gorgeous. And so this is why, for ourselves, but also for the world, right? It's just, think of it like energetically. When you are drained and you try to help somebody, say you are, let's go, gonna help somebody move, and you took some high impact, high energy dance class or fighting class or something the night before, and it went into the evening, and then you didn't have a very good sleep because you had some pains or whatever, or you woke up and you were in pain. Anyways, you're drained, right? You're not going to be that's a long way to get here. I think you get what I'm saying, but you're not going to be as potent of a help in that state as you would have been if you were well rested, well fed, well energized, right? Okay. That was a long way around the bush. Okay, we've got messages. Maybe they're coming through messenger. But it's also the messenger knight holding aloft a cup. So this is a message from the heart. This could come from within, right? This could be a message from your ancestors or your higher self, your higher knowing on areas that can be released, karmic relationships that are no longer serving, that you're done with, that you need to walk away from, let go of, with love, right? Bye-bye. Sever, cut the ties. Yes. And karmic relationships, because when you honestly look at them, you can see yourself stuck in a loop that's not going anywhere. It's like this whirlpool that you're spinning around in, and you're not going down somewhere and you're not going up somewhere. You're just spinning around this whirlpool forever. And it's not until you recognize, it's not until you choose something different for yourself where you're like, I don't want this anymore. I want something different. And you make the steps, you make the changes. That's how you break the cycles. That's how you step out of those karmic loops. Okay. And then you go into hermit mode because, sometimes you look up and you're like, oh, wow, all my relationships are karmic. All my relationships have parts of me, versions of me that are old and outdated and stuck in these loops. And by removing yourself, by stepping away, by choosing different, you are cutting yourself free. And this can be devastating for everybody because those people who are used to having access to you all of a sudden don't. And you're like, oh, wow, I have no friends. I have no people. But trust me, your company is better than just any company. Okay. And part of this learning to love yourself is learning to be with yourself, learning to connect with your heart and heal your heart is to learn to love your heart, to recognize its value. And this is how you change your world and the world in general, right? Because you are affecting the resonance of the globe by making choices that are fueled by joy juice, by the love vibe. Yeah. Yes. It's also, this hermiting phase is important because it allows you the opportunity to quiet all the external noise, to really feel and recognize what's yours, right? We distract ourselves with other people and fill the space with other people. And in proximity, we collect debris from them. And then we're feeling feelings and thinking things that aren't ours. Where did this come from? What's this? Oh, it must be mine. But when you go into this hermit mode, when you detach enough, then you can be like, oh, actually, this is what's mine. This is what it feels like when it's just me and my stuff. Okay, this is my thing. Let's look at this. Let's heal it. Let's love it. Let's rebuild it. Let's pull it in to our heart space, whatever needs to be done to heal it, right? And then you do this work of healing, and then you're like, okay, right? Then you step out into the world and you can clearly see when you're interacting with people, oh, I've got some extra pieces, right? That's not mine. Whew, don't want that, right? And then you start getting a little bit more conscious and intentional about who you're spending your energy or in time with and how, right? Because the value of your peace and serenity that you have found and created through the healing of your energetic space is important. Sorry, I totally lost my train of thought. Okay. So, yes. So, yes. What else you got for us today? Anything? Is it time to move on to the oracles? Okay. So I'm gonna do the Sorcerer's Violet. I opened up on 33 though, which is this beautiful balance between the masculine and the feminine. Which is where you're trying to get to. Oh, and then I flipped it to the one we're looking for. 23. Water and earth. What you got for us, Sorcerer's Violet? Okay, spirit plant medicine and divination meaning. I'll read them both. Plant spirit medicine. This hidden ally found creeping upon the forest or garden floor helps us perceive that which is hidden and subtle. The 5-petaled flower is usually purple, which aligns spiritually with our psychic eye, our brow center, where we can perceive subtle and spiritual forces. Excuse me. Throat chakra. Sorcerer's Violet helps you see and feel things more clearly, awakening your psychic powers to a greater degree, showing you what has always been around you but beyond your normal notice. The ability to perceive auras, spirits, and particularly the dead improves, if that's what you want. The nature of Sorcerer's Violet is opening, but also keeping you grounded and stable, as it is a low-growing vine. Its spirit aids us against opening too much or too quickly as a psychic, preventing us from becoming ungrounded and unhealthy. The 5-petaled nature of the flower, like a pentagram, can provide a psychic shield or filter from harmful energy and magic directed towards us, intentionally or inadvertently. It can help protect us from ourselves. These qualities make us naturally more proficient in all forms of magic or sorcery, hence the name. In healing work, this magical vine will heal current and past life memories when we have abused our natural magical abilities and done harm to others, particularly coercive love magic. So that's an interesting thing dealing with the karmic relationship situation here. It aids in the release, so the help of genetic, our ancestral inheritance of karma. Divination meaning. When the Sorcerer's Violet shows itself in a reading, it indicates the power of reaching, striving, and opening up more while remaining grounded, centered, and true to our past. Open up to the bigger picture and explore, but don't forget your roots. The Vinca spirit dances in the center of her flower here, letting the vines and roots balance her. Take reasonable precautions and be aware of the subtle forces around you, as the message will not be dramatic, but it will be clear if you are paying attention. Okay, and this is another part of what I was talking about clearing your energetic field around you and knowing what that feels like, you are more able to distinguish the subtle intrusions when they happen. Affirmation. I see things clearly. I remain grounded as I experience new things. Yeah, because it's not about staying in hermit forever, right? Yes, we can create an environment where we feel safe and secured, but that's only part of the living experience, right? Connection, collaboration, love, all of these things exist outside of our comfort zones and our controlled environments, right? Okay. So that's beautiful. And then we have change that wanted to be centrally. And so it is. This card shows you are at a time in your life of big changes. Changes you had no idea were coming. These changes have forced you to dig deeply inside the many chambers of your heart to discover the wonderfulness of your being and a strength you were simply unaware you had. Perhaps you are getting a taste of this strength for the first time. Be unafraid of your lush and beautiful succulence. Instead, dance. Dance in front of the moon. Dance in the fullness of your being. Keep dancing. The rest of you will catch up. You are magnificent. Okay. Yes, and worthy of protecting, worthy of clearing, worthy of healing, worthy of being. Not doing to prove, just being. Your resonance of being holds weight, holds power. And never underestimate it, okay? Okay. The other two cards, we've got crystal cards. We got a 29, which is growth, courage, strength, and flexibility. Look at that beautiful card. You are a growth-seeking being, experiencing, interacting, and learning by virtue of your life's experience. Is there a circumstance within your life that feels outside of your control? Transformational growth and deep emotional healing can be gained by observing the underlying patterns occurring in the events around you. These situations, through the law of attraction, are a result of your conscious or unconscious creation. Accepting this truth provides motivation to examine and release any beliefs or habits preventing you from experiencing a life of joy, understanding, and gratitude. The opportunity for growth is at hand. Look beyond your conditioned responses and explore the gifts and knowledge this situation has to offer. Your heart sings with joy at the opportunity to realize your deep spiritual growth. Okay, and this is making me think of the karmic situations, right? The mirroring of the parts of you that need to be healed, that need to be acknowledged, that need to be processed, loved, whatever it needs, the attention it begs for, right? And some karmic relationships, like it's your workplace, and there are karmic people everywhere, right? And so I think in those cases, it's the same. You, by changing how you respond to them, how you interact with them, by valuing your energy, by learning that not all things need your attention, your reaction, your response, right? And this will inadvertently or vertently change the environment, right? You will find as a result of your growth, of your change, these people get moved to a different part of the building or transferred to a different location, or they move, or suddenly they just leave you alone, right? And that's a good indication. That means that you've healed a part of you that no longer needs them to reflect for the healing and the growing and all the things. Okay. So number 4, oneness. Creation, unity, and divine connection. Look at that gorgeousness. The loving energy of the divine creator is present throughout the universe, and you are celebrated for reaching new levels of growth and understanding. In exploring your connection to all things, you have gained insight and clarity into the true nature of reality. From this viewpoint, you can perceive the natural cycles of life as the universe expands and contracts throughout eternity. This realization is the path towards profound personal peace. Release any lingering doubts or restricting beliefs that separate you from the oneness of all things. You are guided to journey with your heart and feel the underlying energy flowing throughout the universe. May your light shine brightly with love as you enjoy the rediscovery of your true nature. Yes, and this is your true nature. Meant to overflow with joy juice. Yeah. Yeah, yar. Okay. So we'll go to the mystery cards that flipped. We got one of these ones and two of these ones. So this one is boundaries. Okay, beautiful confirmation, especially with the karmic relationships and you creating space to heal, to grow, to quiet and clear so that you can see, you can feel, and recognize all of the things, okay? And so we've got warrior, gorgeous, and heartbeat, also gorgeous, okay? Beautiful. Okay. So, warrior one, you are one who has risen up from the ashes after deep falls. One who knows the path of least resistance is the path of victory. One who sees the battle and discerns their direction. One who hears the call and deciphers its language. You are one who feels the pain of defeat, the joy of victory, and the middle ground where surrender is necessary in order to feel spirit enter into every crevice, showing you the way. This wild one warrior is one of great inner power, whose heart has experienced much life and whose soul journey is for the greater picture of all who are here. They will carry you home always. They will call to your heart deeply and will cry to the heavens before all else fails. And they will always, always bow before life with an honor worthy of deep experience, with commitment worthy of loss of innocence, and compassion, who knows when their depths are challenged in such a way that all who have been there before and all who are to come will know. Sorry, yes. And heartbeat. Hear the heartbeat of the drum. It is showing you the way. Find your own heartbeat. Listen, listen deeply. Breathe, breathe in, breathe out. Listen. Notice how it beats. Put your hand over your heart. Feel each beat. Without effort, each beat comes without pain, without strain. It beats lovingly, passing your blood throughout every crevice of your body for you to use as you will. Crevice came out twice.
Breathe. Remain still and pull yourself down into the earth. Grounding. Listen carefully. Find her heartbeat. Feel your body resting on the planet. Each beat is painless, without strain. Feel the earth's heartbeat. Feel her breathe into you, lovingly, strongly, nourishing your every breath, feeding every cell of your body and bringing it to life. As you breathe out carbon dioxide, acknowledge the life force you are sending to the trees. Breathe in the oxygen from the trees. Acknowledge the exchange. As you breathe out carbon dioxide, they breathe in carbon dioxide. As you breathe in oxygen, they breathe out oxygen. Feel the exchange. Feel the connection. Breathe together. Beating hearts together. Life together. You are not alone. Beautiful confirmation, especially for this hermiting phase that is necessary, right? That like feeling alone in the process. It's part of it. It's part of you developing and reestablishing the relationship with your heart, with yourself, and nature, Mother Earth, the trees. Okay? Yes. And I was also this deep breathing, this mindful deep breathing is so important. It's like life-changingly important. All practices and meditation on centering, on grounding, on connecting, all starts with your breath. Life starts with your breath, right? So don't forget this important part of the process and this recognition of symbiosis and this recognition of your heartbeat, your cells, everything in your body existing for you. And that's a beautiful thing. Even the ancestral baggage that is up to you to process, to release, to acknowledge, to heal, to love, to find. There are also beautiful treasures all up in there as well. So you find this thing, you heal this thing, and it reveals a beautiful gift or treasure as well. So that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Is that it? Is that the reading? Should we see what is going on over here? Let's get a rune. Let's get a rune card to close it up. Close up this reading. Let's get 2 runes to close up this reading. Oh, wow. Gorgeous. Okay, just gorgeous. We got Nades, which is your resilience and dedication. Okay, and then we've got Wunjo. This is the reward. This is the joy. This is the regulated nervous system. This is a drama-free, clear, space-connected, gorgeous joy juice. Yes? Yes. Okay. We'll let them talk for themselves. Nodders. I saw you, Nodders. There you are. Is there any creature tougher or more tenacious, robust, and resilient than the honey badger? No matter what life throws at her, she uses it to learn, grow, and become even stronger. Whether she is battling a deadly snake or finding a way for her family to survive an arid environment, she casts aside frivolous wants and focuses on essential needs. The saying, necessity is the mother of invention, perfectly describes the energy of Nadas. It is the unimaginable pressure that creates diamonds. Nadas tells you something you probably already know. Life can be hard, yet it is often through your suffering and your labor that you truly learn the powerful stuff you are made of. In a reading, this is a message that you are made of bold and powerful magic. Have faith and persevere. Persevere. Beautiful. Need resistant effort, delays, and creative fiction. Friction. Fiction. Yes. Okay. And Angel. I saw you, Angel. Where are you? Where are you, Angel? Not there. Dear? No. Dear? No. Dang it. Ooh, oh, there it is. The hummingbird is joyful as he dances in between the flowers. His happy energy and satisfaction and harmony with life brings his wishes into being. He dances his dance, surrounded by the jewel-like flashes of his friends and family. Wunjo, with its ecstatic energy, is a most welcome rune in a reading. It has a certain bitterness as the final rune of the first et, bringing the whisper of change or a shift, like the first rays of a sunset after a perfect day. When this delightful rune pops up, you can expect joy, fellowship, and harmony, a symbol of well-being. It brings love, prosperity, and fulfillment. Keywords: joy, pleasure, belonging, kindreds, and prosperity. Okay, and I'm being called to read the reversed, which I don't usually do. Wunjo is a warning and a message of caution. Sorrow, strife, and alienation can follow if you are blind to possible danger or perception. And the reason why I felt called to read that is because of this sorcerer's Violet, right, was talking about this protection of your energy spaces and then the karmic relationships and the boundaries. Okay, so we are very susceptible to the energies around us when we're not aware of them and their potential, right? And by creating a strong field around you, you protect yourself. You see anything before it can poison your well, right? Okay. Beautiful. There it is. That's the reading for today. I hope there was some good stuff in there for you that you found insightful or, I don't know, helpful in some way that will help empower you, move you forward, give you strength for wherever you are at in your journey, right? Whether you are still holding the resilience, right? Or you are ready and moving into your Wunjo joy overflow stage. But either way, you are a warrior and you are recognizing the importance of your heart. Okay, and also look at this, the big red sun in the back here, this connection. You're a heart warrior. You're a warrior of love, okay? Beautiful. Okay, have a good one. Hope to see you next time. Love you. See you. Bye.